guys, well, here's a late night update on Smokey. I've had a couple comments, people wanting to know what's going on with the car. I know I do a lot of photography stuff and share a lot of that with you guys. And this is shot with my phone like the old original stuff, but hopefully I do a better job of it this time. Anyway, so I had some wiring issues I needed to take care of, and I've already done the work. I'm sorry, I got out here and I got started and dug in and just tore it to pieces and got it finished because I kept finding stupid stuff I had to take care of. First and foremost, I just put a brand new ground cable on it because the original cable, which I've got thrown in my trash pile over there, the original cable was actually on, I'm going to move around and show you, that exhaust manifold bolt. So I'd have issues where the car would sometimes not start and things of that nature. Now I ordered a new battery tray and cable kit from Late Model Restoration, and I had it sitting around. I just finally got to the point of getting frustrated with it and redoing it. So I had to locate the original hole down in the block. It's actually in the timing cover. Or that's the hole I'm using. I don't know if that's the original hole. This block's been painted. It's a new motor in the car. Anyway, I had to locate a hole which had no bolt in it. There was none of the hardware remaining from where the original ground cable was in the car. Had to go do the Home Depot, buy a bag of hardware, and hope one of the bolts I bought fit kind of scenario. So, for future reference, the hole in the timing cover that's down by the oil filter, the original ground hole, that is a 3/8 16 pitch. It's a 7/8 or 7/16 headed bolt. Sorry, I'm swatting bugs out of my face from this light right up here. So for future reference, if you guys need that bolt, that's the thread size and pitch. It's a 7/16 head, 3/8 thread, 16 pitch bolt. Had to buy that, and then I had to chase the threads and clean the block paint out of it so the bolt would actually go in. So I did that and installed that new cable. Then I had to rewire my electric fan setup. I've got the controller here. I don't know if it's going to live there permanently, but that's where I put it while I figure out if I like that controller or not. And then I loomed the harness, zip tied it up, and made it all nice and neat and pretty because it was, you see it's loomed all the way around through there. It was just bare wire and all that, and now that I've got that fan rig working, I've got the temperature set how I like it, I went ahead and loomed it all up just as semi-permanent until I pull the car apart for paint and body. And then I put the new positive cable on and ran, it had one of those like AutoZone or O'Reilly's cables that has the extra wire coming out of this part, the lug head or whatever you want to call that. I actually had the wire for the power to the controller hooked up to that. Instead, I extended it and put it on the starter solenoid for now. And that's about it. So that's what I've been doing this evening. I had to put the car in the air just to get access to be able to chase the threads and clean that hole up to put it in there. But that's Smokey's nasty looking heart for those of you who haven't seen any of the older videos. And hopefully this video will be good enough quality to justify putting up on the channel. But I wanted to give you guys some sort of update. So appreciate you guys keeping up with it. And on to the next project, which is going to be exhaust. You can see these old headers, and maybe I can show you guys well enough why those headers are trash and why I'm getting rid of them. They're carbureted headers, meaning they didn't have O2 sensors or any of that stuff. They're old 302 headers, and to work on the fuel injected car, which obviously this is still fuel injected, that's an injector right up under there, they had to weld in O2 sensor bungs. The previous owners, when they put these headers on there, welded in bungs, but they obviously either did not understand or did not care about how a fuel-injected emission systems car worked. Once again, it's like 11 o'clock at night, so pardon me if I'm not making any sense. They didn't understand how those sensors work and where they need to be located. They're actually so far up the collector that they're in one primary in each bank instead of far enough down in the collector to pick up all four. So I've got O2 sensors that read 2 out of the 8 cylinders in this car, which sucks. So I'm going to put a different set of headers on it, and I'm just going to go ahead and do the exhaust I want at that point. I'm going to put long tubes on it. I want to turbo the car, but I'm nowhere near that budget-wise, and you know, because I don't have a garage and all that stuff. I'm going to wait until the wife and I buy a house with a shop before I really tear this thing apart and turbo it and all that. That should be in the next 6 months to a year or something like that. So that'll eventually come, but for now, long tubes, X-pipe, and I'm debating between Spintex, a set of Spintech dumps, a set of Black Widow dumps, or actually putting full tailpipes and all that back on the car. Just for more, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to grab the light and just show you guys. Show you the debauchery that is my exhaust system. So let me set this down here and then get my fat tail down here to show you guys. Will that stay? Yeah, that should stay there. Cool. All right, so let's have us a look. All right, so more evidence of the debauchery. These are flat panel 3-bolt collectors from like old style cars, which on a unibody car do not seal. Just for a basic logic behind that, these cars came factory equipped with ball and socket or ball and cup style collectors because a unibody chassis moves. And when that moves, there's enough give in that ball and cup to prevent exhaust leaks. And you'll see that back here, these are still, that's a finger, that dark thing. Back here, those are still ball and cup. So those seal back here. Up there, those do not. So my exhaust leaks at the collector. I don't know if I can see an O2 sensor. Oh, you might be able to see that. Let me see if I can get the light on it good enough. Get you guys a good chuckle out of that. If you can see that one bottom left primary on that far header, you notice that the O2 sensor is in that single primary. It's that way on both sides. And that harness is all kinds of hanging and looking stupid. So I need to get under there and fix that. I may tinker with that here in just a minute. You'll see the catalytic converters way back here. I don't even know if those are catalytic converters or if those are welded on for Georgia emissions. I bought the car in Georgia. So I think those might just be shells welded on there because the car's loud. Very, very loud for having catalytics on it. And then I might as well show you my favorite part of this exhaust system. Let me get the light and we'll move and I'll show you. And I'm sorry for the shaky footage. I'm usually doing much better than this in regards to camera movement and all that, but I'm not trying to be a pro with this. I just wanted to kind of share a vloggy update. Oh, let's get under the car again. And I'm going to show you the back of the mufflers, which is highly entertaining. Can you see that? That's a tailpipe and a big hole beside the tailpipe. So the previous owner wanted dumps but didn't want to cut the tailpipes off, I guess. I don't know. It's just too much trouble, I guess. So that's a hole saw hole in the back of a Flowmaster muffler. And it's in both of them, but, you know, it's dark and it's easier just to show you that one. So now you see why I gripe about my exhaust system every time I talk about this car. But that'll be the next project. Doing an entire exhaust system on this car to get rid of this crap. Anyway, I appreciate you guys keeping up with it. Thank you as always for checking out the videos and hanging out and comment and let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.